Let's talk about the international metro hubs. So they have this chart, and London has more deals this year. India, China, a ton more deals. Toronto, Israel. You have all these international hubs, and obviously that's going to spark more innovation and whatnot. But talk to me. I want to just get more down at the nitty gritty. So, are you focusing more on the U.S. market, or are you being pulled in other markets? And if you do get pulled in other markets, what kind of criteria do you look at to say, well, that's going to be too much development. That's going to be too much whatever to do that.
We get inbound from other markets all the time. And sometimes we get pulled there from partners. We are mostly focused on the US. Our data's in the US, and our product is currently only available in English, but it is set up to be localized. So it's very easy to localize. And so the criteria we look at is questions around data location and, whether it's a showstopper that the data is located in the US. And if it is, then we may just move on from that. Or if it is a showstopper, but they're willing to pay for a dedicated instance in another country, that's totally fine. But it's always this sort of trade-off between no, the data has to be in my country, but I'm not willing to pay for a dedicated instance, then it becomes cost prohibitive. So that's a question that we look at. We also look at, really how real do we think this is, and how quickly do we think it could move? Because there's this, I'm actually Canadian. I don't know if I should say that, but I am, especially the day after, or 2 days after Independence Day. And, of course, I would love to have our product deployed in Canada. And you would think that a product that is going to help people self-manage and lower costs would be extremely well received there, because it is a capitated model. But they're actually possibly slower moving than the US. And I think it's because the systems are so much larger. And then so we're constantly in back and forth in this, where's your data? Questions like that. Now, the nice thing is we're on Amazon Web Services, and they now have servers in Canada, so we could put a dedicated instance there. But those are things that we think of. So we're not against other geographies, but as a small company, you do have to focus. And if you can't have someone on the ground in that country or a partner who's basically completely representing you, it's pretty hard to do that. Plus, there's still so much opportunity in the US.
Right.